This is Part 3, Episode 112. Wang Lin's right hand reached out, causing 13's body to float up before him. He pointed at 13's forehead, and then a strand of demonic spiritual energy entered 13's body. Wang Lin's expression became serious. 1 year ago, he made the assessment that all of 13's meridians had been shattered and that he could no longer cultivate. However, right now he found something very mysterious. Although 13's meridians were still shattered like they were 1 year ago, and some of them had even shrunk, for some reason there was a large amount of demonic spiritual energy stored up in his body. This demonic spiritual energy wasn't inside his meridians, but inside his flesh and bones. If this continued, 13's body would naturally enter a body refining stage. However, this person didn't understand the body refining technique, so a lot of demonic spiritual energy was wasted. 13 also didn't know how to cycle the demonic spiritual energy, so even if he walked the path of body refining, he wouldn't be able to get far before his body becomes rigid and he dies. Strange. 1 year ago, 13's body had no demonic spiritual energy, but now he has already reached 2 stars. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He knew from Lu Yun's memories that 3 stars was 1 rank, and 3 ranks was the same as a foundation establishment cultivator. He raised his right hand and sat down. After a while, his eyes lit up, and his origin soul flew out and entered 13's forehead. Comparing 13 and Wang Lin's souls was like comparing a firefly to the sun. Wang Lin easily saw 13's memories of the last year. Wang Lin saw 13 withstand pain that normal people could not withstand, and he was experiencing this pain every night. He was withstanding the pain of trying to absorb demonic spiritual energy when all his meridians were shattered, then the pain of the demonic spiritual energy would enter his flesh. The pain was like millions of small insects eating away at his body. He withstood this kind of pain for over a year and never stopped once. All of this was because he wasn't willing to give up. He wanted to become strong, and he wanted Wang Lin to gaze at him once more. Wang Lin withdrew his origin soul. He was moved by this. His eyes became very serious as he stared at the floating 13. 13's determination earned Wang Lin's goodwill, but the only way for 13 to recover was the ancient god tactic, and that wasn't something Wang Lin would give to someone else so easily. After pondering for a while, Wang Lin pointed at 13's chest and inserted some demonic spiritual energy. This caused 13 to open his mouth, and Wang Lin threw a pill inside it. After helping 13 absorb the pill, Wang Lin sat back down. 13's body slowly landed on the ground. After 1 incense stick of time, 13 began to cough violently, and when he finally got up, he coughed out a large mouthful of black blood. After coughing out the blood, his entire body felt lighter. It wasn't until now that he noticed that he was inside the valley. He was very smart, so he immediately noticed Wang Lin before him. This made him feel very excited. As soon as he noticed, he got up, knelt down, and was very respectful the entire time. 13 greets ancestor. Wang Lin's expression was calm as he looked at 13 and shouted, "How did you obtain the demonic spiritual energy in your body?" 13's body trembled. He respected Wang Lin a lot, so he quickly told Wang Lin what he had done in this past year. What he said was exactly the same as the memories Wang Lin saw, and he didn't hide anything. Wang Lin secretly nodded, but his expression was still normal as he slowly said, 13, all of that demonic spiritual energy in your body is useless without your meridians to cycle it. Once you collect too much demonic spiritual energy inside your body, you will die for sure. 13's face was pale, and he let out a pitiful smile. He took a deep breath and said, "Ancestor, 13 doesn't want to become a useless person. 13 knew that collecting demonic spiritual energy in my body was probably not a good idea. However, it was the only way for me to feel like I wasn't worthless. I have demonic spiritual energy like everyone else." In the end, 13's voice lowered and he clenched his fist. Wang Lin looked at 13, and after a long time he said, "I have a cultivation method that can allow you to transfer the demonic spiritual energy inside your body into your flesh. It will then increase your body's strength to an unimaginable degree. Although you won't be able to use any spells, your body will become stronger and stronger. This is the body refining method. Are you willing to learn? 13's body trembled violently. His face was filled with joy. He didn't hesitate and quickly nodded. Don't agree too quickly. Cultivating this body refining method is very difficult and very dangerous. If you mess up, even I might not be able to save you. Cultivating the body refining method is also very painful. Can you withstand it? Ancestor, 13 will definitely not let you down. 13 looked at Wang Lin with never-before-seen determination. Wang Lin pondered a bit and then touched his bag of holding. He took out a piece of jade, pressed it against his forehead, imprinted information on it, and threw it at 13. You have demonic spiritual energy inside your body, so you should be able to see inside it. When 13 accepted the jade, the excitement in his heart was indescribable. He kowtowed several times before leaving. It wasn't until 13 left that Wang Lin let out a sigh. In the end, he still didn't give 13 the ancient god tactic. Instead, he organized what he knew of the giant demon clan and gave it to him. If he can complete the giant demon clan's body refining method, I'll teach him the first stage of the ancient god tactic. If he can't, then it just means he is not destined to learn the ancient god tactic. In the blink of an eye, 2 more years passed. In these 2 years, the soul-refining tribe grew like crazy. The size of the tribe continued to increase from 20 kilometers. Now it was about 150 kilometers wide, and the tribe had more than 5,000 males. Within a 50,000-kilometer area, aside from the 2 tribes with 10,000 members, all the other ones were devoured by the soul-refining tribe. In these 2 years, Wang Lin acted 3 times, because some of the enemy tribes had someone powerful. However, in the wasteland, no matter how strong they were no match for Wang Lin. It has to be said that Wang Lin's plan of starting his own force in this wilderness was paying off. Right now he commanded a force of 5,000 people, who knew the soul-refining spell. Although they weren't that powerful individually, they packed a huge punch when they all released their soul fragments together. If enough time passes by for them to grow, Wang Lin will control a very powerful force. A stalemate between the 3 tribes within this 50,000-kilometer area occurred. Originally, Ouyang Hua wanted to attack one of the big tribes, but he was stopped by Wang Lin. He wanted the tribe members to give up attacking others and focus on cultivating. Wang Lin's words were divine to the people of the tribe. A thing worth mentioning was 13. This child's perseverance was amazing, and he was able to learn a bit of the giant demon clan's body refining method. His body was as tough as iron, and during battle he would always charge in the front. No one could stop him. In 4 years of time, Wang Lin turned a small tribe in a valley into a large tribe with over 5,000 people. Wang Lin ordered all of them to focus on cultivation, because he had other plans. He decided to leave the tribe for a bit. His target was ancient Demon City. 4 years ago, Wang Lin had the chance to go, but he didn't go, because the him back then didn't have a force of his own. Even if he had gone, it would have been pointless. After 4 years, Wang Lin could finally go to ancient Demon City without any worries. Even if he couldn't get a foothold in ancient Demon City, he would still have the ability to turn the situation for the better. To make it easier to communicate, he spent half a month making 2 voice transmission jades. He kept one with him and left the other one inside the soul-refining tribe. If it wasn't for the fact that he lacked materials, he would have placed a transfer array inside the soul-refining tribe. That way, he would be able to return in an instant. Wang Lin wasn't going to leave by himself this time. There would be 2 youths following him, and one of them was 13. The other person was called Hua Pao. He was from a small tribe, and had already awakened his demonic spiritual energy. He had 2 stars of demonic spiritual energy when he joined and was the number 1 expert from that small tribe. Ouyang Hua personally captured this person and forced him to drink the memory-wiping soup. Then this person became a member of the soul-refining tribe. This person was very talented in cultivation. With a starting point of 2 stars of demonic spiritual energy, he soon surpassed everyone and was closing in on Ouyang Hua. Right now he had already reached the 5th stage, and he had 97 soul flags along with 31 primary souls. His current strength was not that different from a core formation cultivator. Wang Lin saw a genius in this person. Although the soul refining spell was easy to learn, to reach the core formation stage in just a mere 4 years was something Wang Lin never expected. One of the big reasons for this was because this person already had 2 stars of demonic spiritual energy. It also had a lot to do with the demonic spiritual energy in this land, but it was the first time Wang Lin had seen someone with talent like Hua Pao. If he could reach the soul formation stage in 100 years, he would catch up to Red Butterfly in terms of talent. In fact, he would be a head above Red Butterfly. Wang Lin cared a lot about talent like this, so he decided to keep him around to make him easier to control rather than leaving him in the tribe. The youth named Hua Pao's respect for Wang Lin wasn't any weaker than 13. When he heard that the ancestor would take him outside, he was very excited. As for 13, the strength of his body had reached a shocking degree. Even if he were to fight Hua Pao, he wouldn't be at a disadvantage. This had a lot to do with his determination and effort. After obtaining the body refining method, he spent many days and nights cultivating. In terms of seriousness toward cultivation, he was number 1 in the tribe. On this morning at the moment the sun rose into the sky, Wang Lin walked out of the soul refining tribe. Hua Pao and 13 followed him like guards. As the people of the soul refining tribe slowly walked out, someone suddenly kneeled down, and soon, every tribe member kneeled down at the direction Wang Lin flew to. In their hearts, Wang Lin was the ancestor of the entire soul refining tribe. As long as he was there, the soul refining tribe would never be destroyed. Ouyang Hua also kneeled down. These past 4 years had flashed by in his mind. His cultivation had soared into the sky in these past 4 years, and all of this felt like a dream to him. Looking at the more than 5,000 tribe members behind him, the only word Ouyang Hua could use to describe his feelings toward Wang Lin was respect. Wang Lin walked away step by step and gradually disappeared from everyone's view, but no one stood up. 5 kilometers outside the soul refining sect, Wang Lin slapped his bag of holding and a golden purple light flew out. It turned into a giant beast with a 30-foot wide body that was golden purple in color, and its sharp mouth was very oppressive. It was the mosquito beast. It awakened half a year ago, so its strength has increased greatly. Right now even a normal soul formation cultivator would not be a match for it. Wang Lin calculated that the mosquito was about as strong as a peak late-stage soul formation cultivator. Aside from the golden spirit root, it also had to do with the bloodline of the beast. There was now a Beast King aura slowly expanding from its golden purple body. If one wasn't looking carefully, it would be very hard to detect this aura. According to ancient God Two-Size memories, these beasts didn't live by themselves, but lived in groups. If they lived in groups, then there must have been a leader. This beast was evolving in the direction of a leader. However, right now it was still far from being one. It has to be said that the mosquito horde from the memories was something even ancient God Two-Size dreaded and avoided. After the mosquito beast appeared, it immediately let out a sharp roar. This roar echoed across the land and immediately caused 13, and Hua Pao's expressions to become pale. Clearly, with their cultivation, they couldn't withstand the piercing power of that roar. After letting out the roar, the mosquito beast landed next to Wang Lin, and began rubbing him with its mouth like it was trying to please him. Wang Lin faintly smiled and rubbed the mosquito, before jumping up and landing on its back. Then Wang Lin calmly said, "The two of you also come up." 13 clenched his teeth. He secretly thought that he couldn't disgrace himself before the ancestor and jumped up. When he landed, a cold aura entered directly through his feet. His body refining technique had no effect on this cold aura, so he felt his entire body become sore. If it wasn't for his determination, he would have already collapsed. After Hua Pao saw 13, he was naturally unwilling to fall behind and jumped up as well. When he landed, the cold aura invaded his body too. After barely being able to withstand the cold aura, Hua Pao bitterly smiled. He thought that the ancestor was indeed strong, because just a beast tamed by the ancestor was already this terrifying. After Wang Lin saw 13's and Hu Pao's performance, he smiled with a hint of admiration in his eyes. With a thought, the mosquito beast charged out as fast as lightning. Powerful winds immediately hit the three of them. The wind had no effect on Wang Lin. It actually made him feel very comfortable. As for 13 and Hu Pao, they felt like they were being hit by a powerful hurricane. If they lost focus for a moment, they would be blown far away. 13 let out a low roar, as he quickly cycled all the demonic spiritual energy in his body to continuously activate the body refining technique to resist this wind. Hu Pao did the same as he closed his eyes and used the demonic spiritual energy in his body to resist the wind. This place was 15 million kilometers from ancient demon city, so it was going to take the mosquito beast some time to get there. Wang Lin wasn't in a rush, so he didn't waste the celestial spiritual energy in his body to use the greater teleportation skill. As the mosquito beast rushed across the sky, every tribe it passed activated their protection formation. In their eyes, the mosquito was simply too strong. It was already creating sonic booms, just by flying across the sky. The thunderous roars it let out made it seem like thunder was descending upon the earth, creating an overall very shocking scene. Before, when Wang Lin first entered the demon spirit land, he didn't know about the existence of the formations and tribes. The formations also had the ability to hide the people within, so he wasn't able to find anyone. However, now he had a certain understanding of the demon spirit land, so looking down now, he saw countless tribes. There were strong and weak, large and small ones, and the population varied greatly between the tribes. If my soul-refining tribe can unite all of the tribes in the demon spirit land, it will become a force that will even shock the 9 countries here. Wang Lin's eyes became cold. After 7 days, ancient demon city appeared in the distance. When they were 50 kilometers away from the city, Wang Lin put away the mosquito beast, and he, 13, and Hu Pao landed on the ground. 13 had a steady temperament. The farthest he had ever traveled in the past was just a few tens of thousands of kilometers away from his tribe, but now he was in a place that was 15 million kilometers away. Not even in his wildest dreams would he ever have imagined that he would one day come to this place. Still, he only allowed himself to feel a slight bit of excitement before quickly suppressing the feeling. His face was emotionless and his eyes were cold, not revealing the slightest hint of the emotions he was experiencing. His expression was similar to Wang Lin's. 4 years ago, he was not like this. His respect for Wang Lin made him unknowingly copy Wang Lin. This was one of the cities of the Sky Demon Country, Ancient Demon City. In the eyes of all those tribes, Ancient Demon City held the might of the heavens. It was a sacred place and was the dream of everyone. All of this might have had an effect on 13 before, but to him, Wang Lin was the might of the heavens. The tribe was his sacred land, and his dream was to obtain Wang Lin's recognition. As for Hu Pao, he still couldn't compare to 13. When he saw ancient demon city, he couldn't help but kneel down and silently worship it. After a bit, he quickly regained his senses. He then stood up and revealed an expression of shame. When he saw 13's cold expression without a trace of the excitement he had, he felt he had lost. He took a deep breath, spat at ancient demon city, muttered a bit, and showed a clear look of disdain on his face. Wang Lin smiled at 13 and Hu Pao's actions, then he took a step and moved forward like a cloud of smoke. 13 and Hu Pao quickly followed. The three of them quickly crossed 50 kilometers and arrived before ancient demon city. Ancient demon city was very large, so one couldn't see the end of it with one glance. Although it was the largest city Wang Lin had come across thus far, he had seen planets and nebulas. No matter how large the city was, it just couldn't compare. When entering the city, he didn't hide his celestial spiritual energy and was very calm. This was the northern gate, and with how many people were going in and out of the city, there were naturally guards stationed here. Wang Lin knew that in the cultivation world, everything relied on power, and that it was not good to be too low-key. The line here was very long, and if he waited, it would take hours before he could enter. He simply bypassed the line and walked directly to the gate with 13, and Hu Pao following after him. Compared to Hu Pao's nervousness, 13's coldness made him look even more calm. Wang Lin suddenly approaching the gate caught the attention of the guards. All of these guards were demon soldiers under the general of the left wing of ancient demon city. All of their cultivation levels were equal to cultivator's foundation establishment stage, and in their eyes, Wang Lin was a normal savage without any demonic spiritual energy inside him. But 13 and Hu Pao, who were behind Wang Lin, were filled with demonic spiritual energy, and should be at rank 3 or above. To have these kinds of people as his guards, Wang Lin became more mysterious in their eyes. However, just this wasn't enough for the guards to break the rules. When Wang Lin closed in, one of the soldiers wearing black armor stepped forward. He swung his spear to point at Wang Lin and coldly said, "Back away. Presumptuous." Without waiting for Wang Lin to speak, 13 stepped forward and threw a punch. In his mind, anyone who dared to disrespect Wang Lin was his enemy. He didn't hold back at all on this punch, and the giant demon clan's body refining method made his body as strong as metal. This punch was like a flying sword as it broke the sound barrier. Even the space around his punch bended as it rushed toward the demon soldier. That demon soldier's expression changed greatly. In his eyes, 13's punch came toward him like a meteor, and contained a mysterious power within. He wanted to dodge, but he found something holding him in place. He felt like his entire body was underwater and his movement slowed down. But this person had been through many battles, and was very experienced. He quickly moved his spear before his body, and took a big step backwards. 13's fist landed on the spear. With a muffled bang, cracks appeared on the spear, then it turned to dust due to the force it was hit by. The demon soldier's face turned pale. Although the force restricting him had disappeared, he was forced back several steps and blood came out from the corner of his mouth. If it wasn't for the other demon soldiers catching him, he would have been injured much more seriously. However, even the people who caught him trembled and their faces turned pale. They had clearly been injured as well due to helping that soldier absorb some of the force of the punch. At this moment, the guards from inside and outside the city came out filled with killing intent and surrounded Wang Lin. Some guards had already reported this to the higher-ups. The people waiting to enter the city quickly scattered and prepared to watch a good show. Wang Lin said, in a serious tone, 13. 13 quickly walked up with a very respectful expression. Even if Wang Lin scolded him, he would have no complaints. Wang Lin's voice was low. "That punch of yours was wrong." 13 quickly said, in 13's eyes, "Anyone who is disrespectful to ancestor is my enemy." Hu Pao silently pondered on the side. Earlier, he sort of regretted not rushing in like 13 did. However, when he saw Wang Lin's serious expression, he secretly let out a sigh of relief. He felt it was lucky he didn't act, because it would not be good to make the ancestor angry. Wang Lin shook his head and said, "Although you used all your strength on that punch, 40% of the power was lost. This means you haven't fully mastered it yet. How else could that demon soldier have withstood the blow? He wouldn't have any signs of life in him right now if you had done it correctly." 13 was startled, but he quickly nodded and began to ponder. At this moment, more than a dozen demon soldiers had gathered around Wang Lin. No one knew who, but one of them let out a roar and charged at them with his weapon. Outside the gate, demonic spiritual energy was being released, sand was kicked into the air, and a powerful killing intent appeared as the demon soldiers charged out. These demon soldiers were all veterans of war, so as long as the cultivation level difference wasn't too great, even those more powerful than them would be pressured by their fierce aura. Watch carefully. Although body refining is different from spells, there are still some similarities. Although I didn't refine body, my punch will have a similar effect. With that, Wang Lin formed a fist with his right hand and casually threw a punch. This punch hit the air, but soon a ripple began to spread out with his fist as the center. The demon soldiers rushing over immediately slowed down after being hit by the ripple. It was as if the air around them was being solidified. But soon, the ripple shook violently and all of the demon soldiers were knocked back at a speed 10 times faster than when they rushed over. As they were knocked back, their faces were pale and they all coughed out mouthfuls of blood. Wang Lin didn't withdraw his fist but opened it. All of the blood the demon soldiers coughed out didn't fall, but gathered toward Wang Lin, and soon, a ball of blood formed before his hand. He pushed his right hand forward, causing the ball of blood to fly out like lightning at the city's wall. Just at the moment the ball of blood was about to land, a cold snort came from inside the gate. Shortly after, a red figure suddenly appeared outside the gate. This person pointed at the air, causing the ball of blood to suddenly collapse back into blood just before it hit the wall. Wang Lin's expression remained normal as he said, "I'm surprised to meet someone who came from the same place as me." The red light disappeared to reveal a woman. After the woman appeared, the surrounding demon soldiers all kneeled down and said, "Greetings, Commander Yao." Her eyes were bright like a phoenix and contained a hint of killing intent, and she was wearing all white. Her black hair flowed behind her back as she coldly looked at Wang Lin, frowned, and said, "Wang Lin." Wang Lin's eyes faintly lit up, and he carefully looked at her. He had seen this woman outside the East Demon Spirit Sea. This woman had an area all to herself, which made her quite eye-catching. This was the reason Wang Lin noticed her. This woman was at the late stage of soul transformation, and although she wasn't at the peak, she wasn't far away. "It looks like quite a few people on planet Tianyun know my name." Wang Lin smiled and walked forward. With this one step, a ferocious aura suddenly appeared behind him and spread out like crazy. The white-robed woman coldly looked at Wang Lin, then she frowned, took a step back, and said, "So you are also in the Sky Demon country. You must have came to ancient demon city to gain military merits as well, so a battle between the two of us has no meaning." As she spoke, she turned around and walked into the city. Wang Lin faintly smiled as he walked through the city's gate. 13 and Hu Pao quickly followed. The white-robed woman's speed wasn't very fast. She didn't go directly into the city, but toward a plaza, and in the plaza there was a giant transfer array. There were demon soldiers guarding the transfer array. When they saw the woman, they all kneeled down and were very respectful. Inside the transfer array, the woman turned around and coldly said to Wang Lin, "Follow me to meet the general of the left wing. In ancient demon city, only the demon general can give you a position." Wang Lin nodded and said to 13 and Hu Pao, "The two of you wait for me inside the city." With that, he entered the transfer array. At the moment he walked in, the transfer array activated, and Wang Lin and the woman disappeared in waves of white light. After a slight discomfort from being transported, Wang Lin returned to normal and looked around at where he had been teleported to. He immediately noticed a magnificent building that pierced into the sky. This was a giant palace, and there was a giant statue inside it that seemed to pierce into the heavens. It was a statue of a strong man wearing armor, and it was releasing a powerful demonic aura. The entire sky was being churned by this demonic aura, creating swirls in the clouds. The white-robed woman walked out of the transfer array and said, "Lord Demon General, I have brought the person here." Just as she finished speaking, a burst of hearty laughter came from inside the palace. Shortly after, a figure suddenly jumped down from the giant statue. This figure was extremely fast and quickly closed in before stopping in the sky. This person looked normal, but he gave off the aura of someone powerful. He was wearing a purple robe, his arms were extreme large, and he gave off a commanding aura just by standing there. His eyes lit up like a torch as he looked at Wang Lin and smiled. "So you are the foreigner that was attacking my demon soldiers outside the wall." Wang Lin's pupils unnoticeably shrank. This person had his demonic spiritual energy completely withdrawn into his body, so a normal person wouldn't be able to notice. But with Wang Lin's cultivation, he could tell that this person was very powerful. The amount of demonic spiritual energy inside this person was few 100,000 ranks strong. If this person wasn't as powerful as an ascendant cultivator, he was very close. It has to be said that 3 stars equal 1 rank. 3 ranks equal foundation establishment, 30 ranks equal core formation, 300 ranks equal nascent soul, 3,000 ranks equal soul formation, 30,000 ranks equal soul transformation, and 300,000 ranks equal ascendant. Wang Lin raised his head. His expression remained calm and he seriously said, "It was The burly man's eyes became serious and he let out a laugh. He stepped forward, threw a punch and said, "Good. Then let this general see what kind of skill you have." This punch moved like lightning, but strangely made no sound. Although it collided with the air, the force charged at Wang Lin. Wang Lin didn't reveal any shock on his face, as he raised his right thumb and pressed it at the air. Finger of death. The white-robed woman's eyes lit up. The area 100 feet around Wang Lin became filled with death, as if all the life in that area had been absorbed by the finger. At the moment he used the finger of death, there was a loud bang in the air between him and the burly man. Wang Lin was forced back 3 steps and his eyes became cold. He then looked at the burly man in the sky. The man withdrew his right fist and his body swayed a bit. His eyes were like lightning as he said, "Good, this general used gravity to get an advantage over you. With that finger, you are qualified to become an elder under me." Wang Lin's expression was calm as he said, "I don't want an inner position." The burly man's face became serious and then he smiled. "Your understanding of the demon spirit land is beyond my expectations. You know the difference between inner and outer positions." In Luo Yun's memories, his ancestor told him of the inner and outer positions. Elders and such were inner positions without any soldiers under them. Only those with outer positions, like commanders, had troops under their command. The demon emperor said that we can give you foreigners any position as long as you have the ability. Little fellow, if you want an outer position, then you need to bring out your true ability, and that finger wasn't strong enough. Wang Lin took a deep breath as he became focused and said, "You can continue." The burly man revealed a hint of admiration. He didn't waste any time, as he threw a punch before quickly pulling his fist back to throw another punch. His speed was extremely fast, and in almost an instant, he threw 10 punches. The space around him began to show signs of collapsing, but the space here was very sturdy, so it didn't collapse after only 10 punches. If you can withstand my 10 collapsing battle intent, you can be a chief commander. The burly man let out a loud roar as his hand reached out. It was as if he had reached through the void, grabbed the collapsing space, and threw it at Wang Lin. This 10 collapsing battle intent wasn't corporeal, it was part of the void. It contained all of the demonic aura of the demon general's 10 punches, and was filled with his intense killing intent. The 10 punches would cause space to collapse a total of 10 times, one with each punch. On the 10th collapse, the spell would become unimaginably powerful. This kind of spell was extremely rare even among the entire cultivation world. This was the first time Wang Lin had faced something like this. At almost the instant the 10 collapse battle intent started flying toward Wang Lin, he was able to see through it. His eyes suddenly lit up brightly, and with one step, he stood straight like a 10,000-year-old pine tree. He didn't use any magic treasures, but grey gas started moving on his right arm and the celestial slaughter art was used. At the same time, he pointed with his index and used the demonic finger spell. The celestial spiritual energy inside his body quickly turned into demonic spiritual energy and condensed on his index finger. This video will end here.